If you want to buy a rental in Temecula or Murrieta, this video is specifically for you. I started this channel so I could talk about the local real estate community and give people the best information possible so they can make informed decisions. One of the things that is just cringe for me is when people take data from the United States or nationally in regards to homes, sales, rentals, whatever the case may be. And it's just a lot different within every community or every city throughout America. I would not want to talk about buying a rental in Ohio because I really don't know. But what I can tell you is if you watch this video, I'm going to give you specific things that you need to look out for when purchasing a rental in either of these cities that's going to maximize your profit moving forward. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk about is the things that you should do and look out for when purchasing a rental. Number one is finding communities in either Temecula or Murrieta that have low tax rates and low HOAs. These are just going to cut into your profits, and you're not going to get any more for these properties that you're spending, an extra $3,000 or $4,000 a year in taxes, and you have a $250 HOA for the most part. You might get an extra $100 a month for them, but honestly, it's not worth it. So when you are searching for a rental in either of these cities, you need to find the specific communities that have the base tax rate of, let's call it 1.1, but also have low or no Mello-Roos. So Mello-Roos can range anywhere from $500 a year in both of these cities all the way up to $4,500. And of course, these high tax rates really don't make for a great rental opportunity for you. So that is one of the things that definitely you need to understand, look out for. And I personally, I know all these communities. I can give you the communities in both cities that have the lower tax rates, lower Mello-Roos and special assessment taxes. So you know exactly where to search in either of these cities. Okay, next up, and again, this is specific to this area or Southern California, try and buy a rental with paid off solar. Why is this so important? Because if you can rent a house that the electricity bill is $0, $40, $50 a month, chances of you getting that extra $50 to $100 a month for that rental and have a good tenant that they're obviously looking out for their bottom line. If they know that they're not going to have a $600, $700 electricity bill in the summer, oftentimes you're going to be able to rent that property for maybe $50 to $70 more a month with that paid off solar. And if you're purchasing a property that already has it paid off, it's really nothing coming out of your pocket and just more money coming in every month long term. Both Murrieta and Temecula, they are family-driven communities. They come here for schools, they come here for the sports parks, the amenities, the safety. So I guess the point that I'm getting at with this is make sure, in my opinion, you buy a home that is at least 4 bedrooms. 3 bedrooms is really going to limit you to the pool of tenants that want to move here, because oftentimes they have 2 children, they want an office. So 4 bedrooms, if you can pull it off, I would suggest that that is your best opportunity to not necessarily get a lot more money, but you're going to have a lot more people to pick from with a 4 bedroom as opposed to a 3 bedroom. So the don'ts and things that I would really look out for if I was buying a rental in Temecula or Murrieta. Number one, a lot of people have already heard of the insurance problem that we're having in the Southern California area. My suggestion would be to find homes that are not in high fire hazard zones, because you're going to have to pay an extra $1,500 a year for insurance. And again, that's an extra $100 on average, a little more a month that you're going to have to pay just to own that home, because the insurance companies deem it as a high fire risk. So make sure when you're buying a rental that you are not in any of those fire hazard zones. Okay, so next, do not, in my opinion, purchase a rental in a 55 and older community. They tend to rent on average, I would say $300 to $400 less per month than just the regular single-family residence community. On top of that, oftentimes, because it's a 55 and older community, the HOA, they have pools, they have a lot of amenities for the community within them. So the HOA costs are going to be, $250 a month, which again is cutting into your profits every month. I would not purchase a home that is fully upgraded or that has been fully remodeled in the past 6 months to a year. You need, in Temecula and Murrieta, a home that shows well, that you are not going to look back in 3 to 5 years and you had to spend $30,000 to $40,000 more to get this fully upgraded home. And then really with renters in it for that amount of time, they're going to, it's just wear and tear. So you're going to, after 3 or 4 years, have to do some work again if they decide not to rent it. And all of that extra money really went for nothing, because I can tell you that a fully upgraded home, as opposed to something that's just, nice granite countertops, might be 10 or 12 years old, you're not going to get that much more for the house. You might get $100 or more a month. But in the short period of time of the wear and tear on that house, I do not think it's going to be great for you long term. So buy the home that shows well, that does have upgrades maybe in the last 10 years, but don't buy that brand new brand new home, or because just a side note, a lot of times these brand new homes in these new communities, they're going to have higher tax rates, but also the wear and tear over those 3 and 4 years, you're going to have to redo the carpets, redo some of the flooring anyway. And I just don't think it's in the best interest of an owner to purchase that type of home. Finally, don't come to Temecula and Murrieta thinking you're going to get an Airbnb. So in Temecula, you cannot have an Airbnb within the city limits. And I just heard the other day that you do need permits in, which is considered Riverside County, which is wine country. A lot of people do have Airbnbs there, and if you can get a permit, I do think that it will be profitable, but I don't know the permitting process. I don't know too much about it at this point, just because I just heard about it, but be very careful if you're coming here to purchase an Airbnb. It's not going to work or in many cases. So just in conclusion, whether you're talking or asking questions to me, I don't really care. It's more about finding somebody in the community that understands the best communities, that will give you the communities that are going to give you the best return on your money, figuring out the tax rates, telling you what the amenities are in these communities that will entice future tenants to come in. Is it close to an elementary school? Is it close to a high school? All of these questions are very, very important for you guys to know before moving into a rental possibility. So if you have questions specifically about certain communities within Temecula or Murrieta, please reach out to me. I know every single community. I don't even really need to look up the tax rates. I can tell you which ones right off the bat are probably not the best way to go, and which ones I would push you towards in regards to having the most profit per month and getting the best return long term for a rental possibility in each of these cities. Thank you very much, and make sure you subscribe, and see you next time.